Time to buy stock in the undefeated 49ers and your response to Calais Campbell.
Do you two want to apologize to me? Because for the last week, Coach, they've been dropping little hints that Mac Jones might be as good or heck better than Brock Purdy. Calais Campbell could not keep a straight face. It was the funniest thing he's heard all week. I mean, he was cracking up. Like,
he's
really?
The one who said
You're really asking me this? I'm just...
Okay.
I appreciate the honesty from Calais Campbell. I think they would be both very good quarterbacks. I think the issue is that I will ask you, if you're going from a 49ers perspective, if there's a healthy Mac Jones who just lit up the Saints defense, or a somewhat healthy Brock Purdy, I think that's a fair question.
I would, if Brock's 80%, I would probably play Mac. I mean, I just want to get Brock healthy. They got enough injuries. Get him as healthy as you can before you bring him back. But it is important for them to stack wins. I mean, Arizona's 2-0, but they haven't looked good. Mm-hmm. It is a
the Rams are really
game.
good.
Yeah, the Rams are going to be good. Look, I don't think, well, let me put it this way. The Niners have to keep stacking these wins before they get Aiyuk and Kittle back. If they can have a strong record when they get those two back with Purdy, and I assume Christian McCaffrey, if he stays healthy, will get going at some point. He's averaging like 3.5 yards a carry. Then they could be in business. I don't think they're on the level of Green Bay and Philly and maybe Detroit, maybe the Rams, but I think they are a playoff team if they can get healthy. So they have to stack these wins before those guys get back.
Yeah, it was funny. Calais laughs like that and tries to reel it back in with, oh, no, but he is a first-round talent. But it is interesting. There's not many quarterbacks that you think of as elite franchise quarterbacks where you'd say, if he was 80%, I'd rather play the backup. I don't think in Buffalo they'd say, well, if Josh is 80%, I'd rather play backup. If Lamar is 80%, I'd rather. So there's
Patrick,
that.
throw Gardner out there. Gardner,
because he could get hurt. I wasn't saying it because Mac's going to be better. I'm just.
But to your point, I thought the same thing. So Brock has the hurt shoulder and foot, toe. Right? Yeah. So he's got two different things that are bothering him. Mac Jones went out. He had the 3 touchdowns, no picks. Brock had the 2 interceptions in the first game. Their numbers, when you look at them, were very comparable, and you can make an argument that he faced an easier opponent, but you can also make the argument he hasn't played in a very long time, so Brock should be significantly better than Mac is. So it's hard for me to buy stock in the 49ers. We talked about how easy their schedule was, or that they had the easiest schedule. We talked about the volume of injuries, and I didn't have Brock Purdy as being one of those injuries we had to consider. And CMC's back, but how long is he back for? And he's really not running the ball very well. He's only catching the ball well, which in this offense is problematic.
Yeah, so a couple things. One is, I never said and did not think Mac Jones was better than Brock Purdy. I did find it noteworthy that a player that we all agree, except for Kevin Wildes, is not a starting NFL quarterback, got dropped into the Niners and looked like not only a starting NFL quarterback, a good starting NFL quarterback. Just another data point in my own. This guy. Now he's called a former Pro Bowler.
That's an actual fact.
Every time Wild says that, you get mad at him. But that's neither here nor there.
They'd go to
he's a Pro Bowler, like, gosh darn it. Tyler Huntley. Thank you, KW. You got my back there.
Also like Joe Burrow.
Well, yeah.
They're all Pro Bowlers.
It's all the exact same. But I will not be buying stock in the Niners, and it's not about Purdy. It's for 2 reasons. One is, I am of the belief that the most important offensive player, other than maybe Trent Williams, oddly, on that team is not Purdy, it's Christian McCaffrey. And McCaffrey, while they have fed him the ball, has not it is alarming to me that he has not been explosive the way we are. Christian McCaffrey has been very simple to figure out throughout his career. When he's out there, he is a dynamic game changer. Yep. The question is he going to be out there? Very small sample, obviously, but through 2 weeks, he's been out there, and he's just
I'm surprised you're surprised just knowing how you look at the age of running back.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be. And maybe I oddly it was like McCaffrey's older and has had a lot of injuries, but because of the injuries, doesn't have as much wear and tear. But yeah, I mean, I went into the year saying if he's healthy, I think he's top 3 back. He has not been close to that up to that point. But the other reason is the biggest thing the Niners had going for them narratively going into the year was the schedule. Mm-hmm. It wasn't about how good they were, it was the schedule. And I don't know, Hubs, if we have their schedule, but the point is, schedule all of a sudden doesn't look as easy as we thought it did. Because the NFC West, everybody's I mean, the Cardinals we think are bad, but they're undefeated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We saw them play Seattle. Not obviously they won, but that game came down to the final minutes. The Rams are excellent. And then, so yes, and then another game that we all thought was going to be a super easy game, the Colts. The Colts, again, I don't believe in them, but they're still undefeated. Like, it's not quite as many soft spots. Again, I think it's a below average schedule.
Sure.
But, you know, as I've been trying to tell Coach for years, in the offseason, you can't just judge a team's schedule. You don't know who they're going to be.
I've always been a schedule guy.
Right, he's always
told me to relax.
And so, like, you take that, and then the point that I don't know if it was on the air or off the air yesterday we were talking about, which is maybe the upper class of the AFC is still better than the upper class of the NFC. But the NFC, like upper, middle class, to me, is the stronger of the two conferences. So I think getting a wild card spot in the NFC this year is going to be much harder than in the AFC and much harder than in years past. And so all that makes me not want to buy stock in the Niners.
Start Mac Jones.
I think they're going to, Kato.
I think they are too.
I think they give him one more week.
I think
one more week. You don't want Purdy to go out there and look bad in the first half and be like, what do you think about Mac Jones?
And also, Jonathan Gannon likes heating the quarterback up. Like he's going to send. Now, listen, Purdy's more mobile even with an injury than statuesque.
A little bit.
No, he can't.
Well, pull the Pro Bowl.
Tiny little.
I think he might be the least mobile starting quarterback under the age of 35.
Packers now favored over the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Continuing off of Micah's quote, that defense wins championships. Here are the new odds: Packers, Eagles, Lions. Then a log jam at 4. The Bake Show, Mac Jones, Trap Game Rams. Are these odds disrespectful to the world champs?
I don't think so at all. And I don't know, Nick, like you, what all goes into creating the odds. But I do. Look, it is tough to get back to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. There's only 3 teams this century to do it. New England with Brady, Seattle with Russ, and, of course, the Chiefs. So I think if you look at that, you take that into consideration, then you say the Packers have looked better in the first 2 weeks. They have 2 resounding victories over playoff teams, if not Super Bowl contenders, whereas the Eagles, you know, if not for some drop passes, I'm not saying this would have happened. But they are a few drop passes away from possibly being 0-2. The Cowboys had a chance to beat them if CD doesn't drop all those balls. And with Kelsey doesn't drop that pass, who knows? So I just think the Packers have looked better, and it's tough to get back. So I don't think it's disrespectful at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's no more disrespectful than Nick putting him on the top of his tiers yesterday. And I think we're seeing their first 2 victories through last year's lens, right? So we're seeing it Detroit, but we don't really know if Detroit's what we thought of last year. And then we're seeing, you know, the same situation with Washington. Where's Washington really gonna end up this season? So we're viewing it through that. Where the Eagles are just like Kansas City last year. Think about the wins that Kansas City had early, where Baltimore's tight end steps out of bounds by about 6 inches, or that game goes a different way. And their whole season was filled with games like that. And everybody wanted to say, well, they're lucky. Well, no, they were good, and they executed in those moments. And the Eagles are exactly who they were last year. They're boring, and they win. And to me, that's the best thing that they're doing, is they're staying with the formula that brought them so much success, and instead of trying to reinvent themselves. And to me, that should keep them on the top of the odds until that changes.
So let me address your 2 points in reverse order. I agree with you. There are similarities to this year's Eagles and last year's Chiefs, up to and including, you know, some skepticism about how they're winning. My counter would be, while the Eagles have been, of this, you know, last half decade, the second most successful team, it's a bit like the Chiefs had, when in the midst of last year, they had been to 4 of 5 Super Bowls. Right. They had won 3 of the last 5 Super Bowls. The Eagles have had great success, but to me, have not earned the full benefit of the doubt the Chiefs have, even though they've earned more of a benefit of the doubt than maybe any other team in the league. And I actually think the team that is benefiting the most in these odds from what teams did last year is Philly, not Green Bay. If Philly were not the defending Super Bowl champions, no, I don't think they would be looked at in the regard they are right now. I mean, the Cardinals are 2-0. The Rams are 2-0. It's not the record, and it's certainly, and while, yes, they have beaten one really good team, they are a team I think is really good, but all of a sudden people are questioning if the Chiefs are that good. The Cowboys are a real question mark. The reason the Eagles are as high as they are is because they're the defending champs. You know what I mean? They have the pedigree. They've won 17 or whatever in a row with Jalen playing. So, no, I don't find this disrespectful at all. I do think they are getting the championship pedigree bump of, yeah, it's ugly, and they don't have a single passing touchdown this year, and the defense, hasn't been dominant this year, but they win, and we believe in them. So I think Green Bay has. Go ahead.
It's just like Kansas City. All last year, we talked about how the offense isn't what the offense is, but they find a way to win. And you're kind of saying the same thing now about the Eagles.
Yes.
They haven't done this. They haven't done those things, but they consistently find a way to win.
And by the way, and the Chiefs, because of that, often last year were not the favorites. You know what I mean? And while maybe I found that disrespectful to Kansas City because Kansas City's floor had been conference championship game, and at that point they'd been to 4 or 5 Super Bowls. The Eagles' floor has been make the playoffs but lose in round 1. I just, on Green Bay, I also, while maybe Detroit or Washington aren't quite what they were last year, we'll see, they clobbered those teams. And that, right. You know what I mean? They really, and I think we all think those teams are going to be at least good. Yep. You know what I mean? And so that to me is relevant.
Okay, so the idea that the Packers should go undefeated, do you like that, or do you look at the camera and say,
I don't like him saying that. I mean, I'm not even trying to. I pick my spots.
Okay,
That's how
Did he say he thought they could have gone undefeated last year?
That kind of took a little bit of
Yeah.
That might soften it because maybe he's one of those guys and people can couch it as he just thinks they're going to win every game. But, Coach, I don't like him putting it out there this early. Look, you've had 2 great games. Micah's going to start playing even more. So everything is going great. Why even throw this out there and maybe this bulletin board fodder for someone?
Love it.
You like this?
Oh, yeah, I love it. Keep talking.
Wow.
Keep talking.
Because
you didn't pick the Packers.
Keep talking about how you're going to go undefeated.
It's not the whole team. There's some Packers also saying the exact opposite.
I do have to say, Brew, you really have Wilds on tilt.
Oh,
it was so obvious that you didn't
not
like
so
it.
Obvious.
Hold on.
It's not so obvious.
KW,
the guy is a great actor.
KW.
Not so obvious.
It was so obvious you were being sincere, and he looked over at me like, is he going to do it?
Is he?
Like, is it happening? Like, you
I thought
really
you were
never know.
The misdirect.
I
know.
I'm on
You'll
high
never
alert.
know.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up. Ashton Jeanty, 30 total rushing attempts, good for 15th most in the league. This was a classic. Brew sent it over on text and we inserted it into the show because it felt
it's a good story.
It felt like a good quote, and then once I pulled the Brew and listened to the whole thing, it felt more reasonable.
Well,
I just wanted to put that out there, not to tamp down.
No, listen, I think
it
that
comes across more caustic as it.
Well, okay,
Yeah,
I'm not going to
agree with
attack
that.
I'm not going to attack Jeanty. Maybe he shouldn't have said it. I don't think it's a huge deal. But to answer the question, are they misusing him? The answer to that is yes.
Okay.
If you draft a guy in the top 10, you need to feed him the ball. And I'm going to show you, Coach, his numbers on something that I think even you are going to have a hard time doing anything other than being like, he's doing everything he can. Can we show his numbers? All right, so look. He has 81 rushing yards on the season. 77 of those are after contact. So he has 4 yards before contact. The bottom line is not a misprint. This year he has 3 receiving yards, but he has 16 receiving yards after contact, which means he has been getting hit, catching swing passes in the backfield, been getting hit, and then moving upfield. Do you understand what I'm saying, KW?
No.
Okay, so he has, on the year, all of his production, essentially, he has more yards after contact than he has total yards.
Oh, okay.
Because he is getting contacted in the running game and on swing passes in the backfield. So if that is an argument that the Raiders are in trouble and I shouldn't have picked them to make the playoffs because the offensive line's not good, that's maybe is the case. But if it's an argument that he hasn't been doing everything he can and that the Raiders shouldn't be giving him more opportunities, of course they should. You spend a top 6 pick on a running back, you've got to use him.
It's not that complicated. And I hate to do this, I hate to say it, but it's just the truth, Coach. Ashton Jeanty is falling victim to the Nick Wright curse.
Oh, Jesus.
Was it 2 years ago? Bijan Robinson.
I was right about
that. Oh, my gosh. What, now?
I was right about
But his
Bijan.
rookie year,
he was good.
He had some issues. He was good, but you thought he was going to take the league by storm like Earl Campbell.
Yeah.
Offensive player of the year, he's okay. Yeah. Now he's great. All right. Last year, of course.
This one is fair.
Caleb Williams. Taking the Bears to the promised land, baby. We're going to not only be the first 4,000-yard passer for the Bears, he's leading them to the Super Bowl.
That was a miss.
We know how that worked out. And now, Ashton Jeanty averaging 2.7 yards per carry. But that's the Raiders' fault. Pete Carroll doesn't know how to handle a running back. He only had Marshawn Lynch. He doesn't know what to do with a workhorse. And here's the other thing. Ashton Jeanty has 30 carries. You know how many carries Travis Etienne, the leading rusher in the league, has? 30! All right? How about Derrick Henry? You like to give him the ball. He's got 29. They don't want to use him in Baltimore? I mean, what are we talking about? Your boy Bijan's got 34 carries. 30 carries, 81 yards, 2.5 yards a carry.
I think he's just talking about the last game. The last game he should have got the ball more. Geno was struggling. They couldn't protect him. He was productive when he got it.
Productive? Really? He had 43 yards.
On 11 attempts. You'll take four yards.
I want at least 4 yards.
Well, maybe he's got to.
And I really want 4.5.
That is 3.98 yards per carry is what he got.
I want at least 4 yards a carry. Coach knows what I'm talking about. It's a game of inches.
That's true.
Know what Ashton Jeanty should do? He should just.
Oh my God.
Yes. When you're averaging 2 yards a carry.
When you draft a guy like me, a guy like you, a guy like you with half a yard of reception, a guy like you. Pete Carroll's been coaching 19 years. You're
Coach.
21 years old. Okay, it's 2 years difference. You think he knows what he's doing? A guy like you remember Adrian Peterson? Adrian Peterson. We used to put 10 guys in the box.
And would you give him 11 carries?
Hold on a second. You could give him as many as you want. He found a hole.
Okay.
And then Barry Sanders. It didn't matter. That O-line got a ton of credit.
Sanders.
But yeah, because I actually coached against Barry Sanders, and the dude was like water. He could find a crack. Okay, Ashton Jeanty. How you doing in pass blocking, Ashton Jeanty?
He's struggling.
His first week it was pretty good. But how's he doing?
This is a bad rep. It's a bad rep.
It's a bad
Coach,
rep.
it's a bad rep.
Here's the thing. You got to play every play. And you got to play hard with the ball not in your hands. And you did pretty good in the first game, and you did really good in college. But you can't put your quarterback at risk. You're in the game to handle all the responsibilities. So you're not being productive in the running game. You're not being productive in the passing game. You're having plays like this, and then you're talking about a guy like me. Okay, what is the guy like you? Right now, know the guy like you is a disappointment.
Coach, it's too early.
I love it.
Too early.
Coach brought the heat.
How is it too early? Stop talking and go produce.
You don't be talking in third person.
The clip.
When you average 2 yards a carry. Well, it's close enough. It's third person adjacent.
The blocking clip. No, it was the question.
A guy like me.
A guy like me.
He needs a running back.
No.
He needs a running back that did a lot of work at Boise State.
You don't draft.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm basically Barry Sanders.
I just want to say, I don't know if Nick knows. I'm just saying.
What?
He ain't from Alabama. He ain't from Ohio State.
What does that mean?
He played at Boise State. Now, I'm not saying he's not going to be great because we've seen great backs from smaller schools, but I'm just saying, let's see. I just had my questions.
Okay.
He's from Boise State. Saquon's from Penn State. Derrick Henry's from Alabama.
Hopefully he's great.
I know and Randy Moss was from Marshall. I understand he's from a small school.
Just saying.
I get that. And Josh Allen went to
Wyoming. He might be great. I get it.
You're talking about running back.
Walter Payton from Jackson State.
I
get it. I'm just saying it's something to watch.
Okay,
different cats in the league.
I just want to get on the record. I think if Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly had to do Monday night all over again, they would have given him more than 11 carries. That's all.
Really?
That's all. Yes. Really, bro.
Well, yeah, take the ball out of the
You got to give a guy like him.
I also think
You do. You do, Coach.
Well, when
Chiefs preparing for the Giants. Mahomes popped up on the injury report. Ooh, I didn't see that. A little backwards, a little right in the back pass. That's nice.
Tomfoolery.
Popped up on the injury report with a right wrist. Nick, I rarely ask you for this, but can you don your fake news hat?
No.
The hat is fake. The news is real. What are you hearing about Mahomes' right wrist?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm not lying. If I had news, I would have started the show with it.
Put your fake hat on.
No, I don't need to put I only put the fake news hat on. The hat is fake. The news is real when I have news. I don't have news right now. You're putting me in a terrible spot. I don't know why you'd ask that when you know I don't have news.
Are you nervous that this is?
Just ask the stupid question on the bar and stop.
I'm just saying there's just a lot of blinking red lights here. Warnings. A lot of warning signs. You know what I am? You know why I don't have
Annoying.
Do you know why I don't have a boat? Here's a true story. Why I don't have a boat?
Why?
Thanks for asking, Coach.
I can't.
The problem is when you have kids and you have a boat, you're like, we have to go on the boat right now. No matter what. This is our window. We don't have practice. This is our window to go on the boat. My parents have a boat. You know when they go on the boat? When it's a sunny day. Wow, today's a great day for the boat. Me, I don't care on what the weather is. The wind, the tide, the waves, the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We even have gas. Are the kids in a good mood?
Yeah.
I'm going straight ahead. And guess what? It's a rough time. It's rough waters out there.
Okay. I appreciate
That's the Chiefs going into this Giants game.
Okay. Wow. I got it.
Oh, no Rashee Rice, obviously. 0-2. The defense not great. They spent the whole week complaining about last week.
That's not true.
A little bit of it.
No,
a little bit of it.
I spent the week complaining about
Kansas
last
City
week.
media. How about
public
that?
voice.
The public voice around Kansas City still talking about the tush push. Mahomes now pops up with a wrist. Xavier Worthy's going to play, but he can't get tackled. I have horrible news for you. It's tackle football out there.
Okay.
We are going, honey. Get the picnic basket. We are in the boat. We are headed out. I'm nervous.
I can tell. I don't know about you, Coach. I don't have a boat because they seem incredibly expensive, and I couldn't afford it. I don't know about this guy washing his tears away with $100 bills. Hey, talking about being a second
but
generation.
There's a lot of danger happening out there. It's a lot of danger Sunday night.
I am not going to take the easy way out here, and I think Brew, you will respect this. The easy way out is to be like, oh, well, now we know why he missed some passes. He's a little banged up. Patrick would tell you he is totally fine. He is listed as a full participant. I am going to take him at his word, say this is nothing, and say that the him being on the injury report and the injury is not why his throws haven't been to his standard this year. He's just been a little bit off. That's what I'm going to say, rather than give an elongated nautical analogy.
And the great news is it's not his legs. I mean, he just runs now. So
I hate it here. Gianna, I'm going to leave.
It's not an ankle injury.
I'm going to leave.
So they're good. They can still be productive offensively.
These guys, I'm telling you.
Trade him to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Nick,
Get that running game going behind Gino.
But this is scary. I mean, he is running more, and this danger who knows how
let me tell you something to be totally honest and serious for a moment on the least serious, dumbest show on TV. If this were full participant right shoulder, I would be a touch concerned because I would feel like, oh, I know how that happened. Because he keeps lowering his shoulder into trying to run guys over. Yeah. Now, it's not to say he couldn't have hurt his wrist, you know what I mean? But it was the last pass he threw of the game was the bomb to Thornton that he caught. Yeah, you know what I mean? And so, like, I'm not.
My gut is that it's nothing. But we'll see.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.